on behalf of Canadian bank reformers, I just want to ask a basic question for the general public that's out there who aren't very educated on CETA and the effects that it can have on their lives if it's passed. So can you bring up maybe some solid bold points on how it's going to directly affect their lives so that they understand the significance of why you're doing what you're doing right now?
Okay, just brass tacks. The government will no longer be, the provincial governments will no longer be able to, without penalty to the federal government, give subsidies for healthcare, education, all the social programs that you see municipally in terms of, community programs, welfare, and all of that, okay? If they do so, then the federal government, if it breaches a right, will have to pay. So how does the federal government avoid paying because the provinces won't let them do it? Well, behind the scenes, the federal government will use their spending power to say to the provinces, look, if you don't play ball on this, we'll cut our transfer payments to you for education and health. That's been how they've been able to implement the NAFTA when it's encroaching on provincial rights. So expect exorbitant utility bills. Hydro, you've already seen them. Mm-hmm. Expect a cutting of educational program, a cutting of health benefits, on and on and on. So education, health, social programs, roads too, because private corporations will be able to compete with the government. It used to be that the government built highways. Now they're going to come in and privatize the roads, bridges, on and on.
So is there anything that you want to ask Canadian citizens to do in terms of what's going on here, how to help perhaps? Is there anything that anyone can do to help you guys in your movement and what you're doing?
I first became involved politically, really, with NAFTA. I was asked to prepare a press release, and I certainly don't know legalese, and I did what I could to get information on it through my MP, who first of all gave me a little propaganda blurb, and I said, I don't think that's adequate. And when I look at this, I think how funny that is. And I hadn't gone through very much before even I could see what free trade was all about. First of all, it was a lie. Free trade deals are neither free, they're certainly less than free, and they are a lot more than trade. And it's long past time when we should recognize that free, as Paul suggested a moment ago, this is a whole other book. What is this free trade tactic really all about? It's about taking away democracy, for one thing. It's about rendering the nation state less than sovereign. It's about all those things that Rocco just said. It's about a neoliberal agenda being put in place so firmly globally that we are stripped of all our rights. And we will be living in what they used to talk about as the New World Order. And what can people do and what should they do? The first thing to do is to learn what you can. The resources today are tremendous. Good people like Michael Hudson, like Joseph Stiglitz, are telling it as it is. These are mainstream people. Stiglitz was chief economist for the World Bank, and he wrote a book entitled The Price of Inequality. And what you're getting, of course, with all of the measures that are going on, and debt, of course, is the other main tactic, what you're getting is a growing inequality and a horrendous transfer of power from the people to the corporations, from governments to corporations. Governments have been put in their place. This is a monstrous moment in history. We are living in a defining moment, I think. And the first thing we need to do is to help one another to know enough to know what we're up against so that we can act